Fall 2025 was a historic semester in Oxford, Mississippi. Since just August, dramatic changes have kept Ole Miss and Oxford in the national spotlight, whether they wanted to be or not. The fourth week of classes brought monumental change to national politics, with the assassination of Charlie Kirk on September 10th. Some students reflected with disbelief, and others with excitement.
Because he's dead now. He's dead.
That very weekend, Ole Miss football, led by now LSU head coach Lane Kiffin, began their historic 11-1 season with a 6-point win against Arkansas. The semester trudged through a fair-weathered October. Charlie Kirk's Turning Point USA chapter at Ole Miss exploded in popularity. That growth went from unbelievable to extraordinary in October when United States Vice President J.D. Vance announced he would visit Ole Miss to speak in the place of Kirk. As November came, the university announced a historic change on campus: the demolition of the Tadpad Coliseum. The building hosted most major events on campus since its construction in 1966. The Rebels men's basketball team hosted one last game in the Coliseum, winning it by 22 points. When the first and only extended break of the fall semester came in Thanksgiving, campus stayed alive as the future of Ole Miss football loomed large over the school. For weeks, rumors that the winningest head coach since the 60s would leave his team for Florida or LSU circulated. Kiffin never said yes or no, never held a press conference, and didn't even take his dog as he abruptly boarded a private jet bound for Baton Rouge and left the Rebels in his rearview mirror. The last week of classes was consumed with Kiffin. Lost in the storm was the conclusion of Oxford's biggest criminal trial of the decade, the trial of Timothy Harrington Jr. for the murder of Jimmy J. Lee in 2022. Lee's body was still missing at the time of Harrington's October 2024 trial, and that allowed him to escape conviction as a mistrial was declared under the national spotlight. But just 2 months after that trial's end, a hunter found a human body deep in the woods of Carroll County. The state confirmed the remains were Lee's, and suddenly the state had their primary piece of evidence. Harrington, first arrested in July of 2022, finally pled guilty to the murder of Jimmy J. Lee. A trial which consumed Oxford, and a student whose legacy remains on campus was overshadowed by the drama of an indecisive college football coach. Students will soon go home for Christmas, and university employees will get their ever-anticipated 2 weeks paid vacation. The population of the city will fall by half overnight. And just for a moment, Oxford may feel like it did 20 years ago. But if this decade has proven anything, it's that nothing in Oxford, Mississippi will ever be the same.